So I've had a lot of physical pain in my life, and some of it was intense and periodic. And then for the past 6 years, I've been dealing with kind of just a sort of different kinds of pains related to neuropathy, idiopathic neuropathy, so no particular easy cure. And in my study of myself, I guess I saw where emotional pain, I saw how I was causing that and how to rapidly let that go. So, and I always have believed intellectually that physical pain fundamentally is not actually any different than emotional pain. And the person who taught me what I know through his, I never met him directly, but through his students, he healed all kinds of illnesses. That's how he was. His doctor said you're going to die. A guy named Lester Levinson. He invented something called the release technique. It's a great thing. You can look them up online and take a course. And I used that primarily. I mean, I studied with Indian gurus. I studied with other people. And for the things that mattered to me, this is pretty much the only technique I use anymore. I'm open to other things. I've started doing breathing techniques. They're different. Every technique has a flavor. They all have the same goal, which is to access your intuition, your higher self, your the part of your body where love and bliss are always working. That we hide them with our personality, our ego. The built personality tends to not, be very much more concerned with survival than bliss. It's like, watch out, if you're getting too blissful, something bad's going to happen. So a couple days ago, last Monday, I thought, okay, Mark, let's give it a really serious shot. Because I woke up, I was feeling pretty crappy. I often feel a lot worse in the morning. Then it gets better during the day, moving around. I don't know what it is about sleeping, but waking up is annoying that way. You see, I'm pretty happy now. I wasn't this happy when I woke up, but anyway. So I said, today, Mark, I'm going to do it. And I kind of thought I'm going to have to work at it, work and work, because Lester worked for 3 months. And what did he discover, though? Because his doctor said he's going to die, and he had a bunch of different illnesses, and he didn't really want to die, but he was angry at his doctors. He was angry at himself. He said, but he was kind of a scientifically minded person. I think he was an engineer, I don't know if by education or just by diving in. He died in 1992 at 82. So, he's from there were no cell phones even. Imagine that. God, that's another great, so many great stories, but I'm not going to go tangential. And so anyway, he sat in bed. The doctor said, don't move too much. Get your affairs in order and don't bend over and pick things up off the floor. Because he had a couple of heart attacks. But as he was sitting there, determined to figure out where everything had gone wrong, he noticed that when he was loving, things felt better. So he just sat there and just worked on giving as much love as he could to all the parts of his body where he had sicknesses. And in 90 days, he walked away completely healed and never went to a doctor again. And I admit, I haven't really had, I don't know if you call it the courage or the faith or just the willingness to give it a solid shot. I mean, I've done a lot of this work. It has helped my body. But I thought this time, I want to see, can I look right at something that's hurting me and see if I can move the needle. Can I directly see a noticeable change in a body part just the way I can easily see that in an emotional thought pattern? That's so easy for me. And this is like, I had no idea really if it would work or not, but I just committed. It was only an hour in the end that I spent doing this. And I started noticing I had all kinds of different, let's say I had several hot spots in my hand and some hot spots in my feet and maybe one in my hip, one of my hips, my right hip. And so I somehow, intuition guided me to say, okay, focus just on one spot. Like, let's not be general, let's be really specific. And the thing, in this approach, you look at the thing you don't like and you give it permission to stay. Like you say, I love you. Like you say, pain in my hand, I love you, and I love you if you stay, and I love you if you go. And we don't want to say that because the mind is saying, wait a minute, that's stupid. If you give this thing permission to stay, what if it stays? Then you'll always have pain. So the level of love that's required to honestly say, I'm going to be okay with you, even if you don't leave, that's real love. I got a bug on my nose. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's easy to say, I love you if you pay me. If you'll be my customer, I'll love you. Which is true. If you'll be my customer, I will love you. So sign up below. I love you anyway. If you're watching this video, I love you. And thank you. So anyway, I did that. I really got this level of okayness. And part of the thing that Lester taught is the things, and you've heard this from other teachers, this is not a deep secret, but if you're kind of on the trail, you'll have heard this. What you resist persists. And so when you resist the idea that this thing could stay forever, then it's going to stay forever for sure. It doesn't make sense to the logical mind, but it makes sense to reality. And I'll be darned, like literally one hot point and it got better. And then I just went around my body and gave love. Now, what day is today? Today's Wednesday. So I guess that was just 2 days ago. Actually, I felt I felt really good. Like it really worked. I don't feel that great today. Maybe that's not enough. And also what I've learned from all of my work, that the thing we feel has many aspects. I may have healed one aspect. And yesterday I felt really great all day. Like I felt like if I could feel this way every day, which wasn't perfect, but I thought that'd be great. And today I woke up, I was like, well, no, I feel worse. And now I feel pretty good again. So yeah, I'm just reporting, this is day one of me getting the knack of being able to heal my own physical pain by really giving it a level of love that I hadn't done before. I got to the point where I could be happy, even though I thought I was experiencing pain, but I hadn't really done what I just explained. It's kind of funny, this acceptance idea, because I don't know, I had a lot of stuff going on with the family, my ex-wife, my two boys. We ended up living very far away from each other, and I really suffered a lot, but I used that time I knew that if I was suffering, I was doing it, but I didn't have the best techniques, and it wasn't really easy to see how. Now it's like, if I'm suffering, it's just because I don't feel like doing 5 minutes worth of work. And that's my promise to you. Like, if you're suffering about something you want to get, I'm not telling you that I can heal your pain, but I can tell you that if you follow what I'm saying, you won't be suffering in 5 minutes once you get the knack of that. And it takes about 30 minutes to an hour to get the knack. It's really great. That's why I love what I'm doing right now. But so this was about 12 years ago, and I was feeling kind of depressed. Depression isn't my big thing. If you have it, first of all, I can empathize because I experience it in bits and pieces. And so if this resonates with you, this might be a useful approach. So what I gathered from my own experience is that the nature of depression is you feel shitty, and then you also have this belief that you're always going to feel that way, like it's never going to get any better, and that you've had it in the past, you had this pattern, you have it now, it's going to keep going, and the thought that you're not going to ever get better, that's pretty demoralizing. And to me, the depression is really, it's that thought, this is never going to go away. And so I'd been sitting with this really shitty, depressed feeling for like, I don't know, 3 or 4 days. And so I was just sitting in my bed and feeling that. And I don't know where this came from. Partly when you really look at something straight on, you'll get little messages, right? Because often if we're feeling, it's like, okay, I'll take a run. Anything to try to, take a run, go out to eat, try to avoid it. When you sit and look at the thing you really don't like, and again, if you can give it love, that's even better. But I wasn't sitting there loving it. At least I didn't even know that worked back then. I didn't know what I'm teaching you now. But somewhere I got the intuition that just said, I just thought, you know what? I feel kind of shitty right now, and I may never feel better than this. And I just made a decision. I said, you know what? Even if this is how I feel the rest of my life, I'm just going to be okay with that. I'm just going to live from this feeling. And I meant it, because I was just tired of just sitting on my ass anyway. And the darn thing is that instantly the whole thing just blew away. Suddenly I was just, in a state of joy. And part of the trick is you can't go in there saying, okay, I'm going to try to trick this. I'm going to try to be accepting in order to have it go away. That if you can hear what I'm saying, the level of honesty to yourself, the amount of authenticity, the amount of integrity with yourself, to honestly say, I'm going to be okay even if this doesn't heal, if this never changes. And maybe it won't. I'm not promising you this will work. It's not about making a deal with yourself. It's just about being loving to yourself, no matter what. And that's not so easy because the mind doesn't want that. The mind's saying, hey, don't back down. Go find a pill, go find a different doctor. Run more, change your diet. I advocate all that. I'm not saying don't do those things. I'm just saying, when you can really give love to the things you hate in your own body, even in the world, and most of us are not, God, that's another video. I'm not going to even go down that, but I'm just saying, when you can give love to the thing you hate, it's an opportunity. It's not a guarantee, but it's an opportunity because it's a totally different point of view. You're seeing that data from a whole different perspective. One perspective is pushing away, hating, resisting. The other one is loving. And I'm not saying some guy's coming at you with a knife and just say, kill me if you want. I'm not advocating that. Some people advocate that. I'm not. Maybe because I'm not that, enlightened. You'll know whether, when you're being loving, you'll also know the right answer. Maybe if a guy's coming at you with a knife, maybe the loving thing to do is kick the guy, in the stomach. Then he'll, maybe he'll learn something from that, change his life. So, but when it's just you, the easy place to start is just you and how much you don't like yourself and how much you don't like different parts of your body. And like, let's say you lost a finger in some kind of, an accident. I don't know of anybody that claims to have regrown a finger. That's like a permanent loss. It's a choice. Am I going to live with that loss, or am I going to despise it and allow that to lead me toward an early demise? That's kind of an obvious thing, that it's just a choice to be loving to the situation or not, and then decide from there. And, I've had I've never even broken a bone. I've lived like a charmed life. I think I sprained something somewhere. I sprained an ankle. I know I did that. And I scraped my knees when I was a kid. And, but we have pain, we have things we don't like that are not exactly life-threatening, but they affect our lives in a big way, just like what I'm saying, like, pain, how you feel. And I decided several years ago that I wasn't going to try to muscle through. I wasn't going to try to power through any of this stuff. I was going to really try to heal things rather than pave over them. Sorry, it looks like an airplane's coming over. So anyway, I'm just reporting this little success. And, it's like, you can just hear right here, it's like, I'm taking this month off in terms of making too many promises to myself. So of course the motorcycle's pulled up. Oh, anyway, I'm going to let go of this video, and hopefully you learn something beneficial. And I'm taking the month of December to really clarify how I'm going to live in 2025. So I'm not going to make too many promises on videos anymore that I have to come back and apologize for or own up to my failures. So I'm going to slack off and enjoy everything I produced this year, hang out with my friends, and make more videos because I love doing this, of course. All right, I'll wrap it up. See ya.